nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino, hágase su voluntad así en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día, perdona nuestras ofensas, como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer en tentación.
Look at the fog. Massachusetts, nice foggy day. You can see all the water particles in the air. Very foggy, misty evening. It looks like it's snowing, but that is the mists and the water particles in the air. Beautiful foggy night. Looks like it's snow, but it's not. That's that right here. I'm gonna point it. That's mist. That's water particles. I mean, it's so misty out, so foggy out, that you can hardly see the sign of that building that's standing right in front of me. Look at that. There's the water particles in the air. So I'm just walking by the canal here by my home. I feel like Humphrey Bogart in that 1940s movie. I don't know what the name of the movie is. Look at that. I mean, nature is beautiful. I love nature. I love everything that has to do with nature. And I love the beauty of the elements, of life around you. And me being a brujo, I love the night. I love to take walks in the night. Look at how beautiful and misty this night is. And let me show you that building that's right in front of me. You can hardly even see it. What you're seeing right here is water particles in the air. That is how much water, how much fluido is in the air, how much fluid or water particles is in the air. And I'm just taking a midnight stroll through Massachusetts, enjoying a night. People say you walk in the night. Look at the building, it's right in front of me. Looks like it's snow. Yeah, I walk through the night. I enjoy the night, and I feel protected in the night. I always wear black, so you can hardly see me. It's just easy for us to hide in, When I go out in the night, I usually dress all in black. That's it's tradition, But it looks like snow. This is mists. This is fog. I just find it very beautiful. To be able to capture it, but in ancient traditions, it was believed that the mists of fogs, when it was a night of a foggy night, it was when the veils between the worlds, that's a light bulb right there. Can't see it because of the fog, but it was believed that when there was mists or fog or a foggy night or a foggy day, that the veils between the realm of the living and the realm of the dead was very dense, because of all the fluids in the air. So it's very foggy, very beautiful night. I'm just enjoying a nice walk through the park around my house. This is a building. I don't know if you can see it where I live. You can hardly see it because of the fog. I'm trying to get that light out of the way. Of course, I'm not going to let the fog's going to vibrate the light more. This full moon in November is going to be one of the brightest full moons in over 60 years. I think the last time the full moon of November was as bright, I think the last time was 1948. So I'm making some resguardos, during my little time. Resguardos is what we call, like in Spanish, we call un resguardo, but in English they're called mojo bags, charm bags, gris bags, and in Latin countries we call them mojo bags. So we call them resguardos. So each recuerdo is prepared differently for each person. And I like to divine to find out if the recuerdo wants certain items. I just don't pick and choose. But here's some, items that I like to put in the recuerdo. I like to put some roots. There's some roots over there. Peonia, Precipito Rojo. And there's some cowrie shells. There's some crystals. Here's some oil that I had made a while back. Actually, it smells pretty good. Needs a good shaking. Here's some holy water, okay? And usually I put in un recuerdo some form of an image of a santo or a saint. Okay, so this is a recuerdo. It's made for this client of mine who needed a charm bag. I like to pass it through incense. I got some incense burning here. Okay, so the the full moon of November is going to be the brightest full moon since 1948. So it's going to be a huge one, and hopefully I'll have this video. I hope before then. I'm just making little clips of little things that I do around the time of the full moon. Okay, I like to do talismans and recuerdos and mojo bags. And as always, I like to take a walk through nature. I like to put either from 3, 5, 7, and 9 items. This one's a small little recuerdito bag. Okay, so it won't be able to hold much, but I make sure that I never put even numbers. Everything that goes into this has to be uneven numbers, and then I purify it and I bless it with fire, with a little bit of candle, with some sprinkling of water. I charge it with, of course, some blessed holy oil. This one I made a few months ago, and I always pass it through incense, and then I charge it through the energies of the moon for my client. I got some oil in my fingers, so you can see they look a little wet. Okay, so here's la paquete, el empaque, el recuerdito, el paquete, the little the mojo bag. You can see I've been working at it. The incense is almost all the way gone, but I divined to find out what was supposed to go in it. Okay, and I kept it really private. Now I'm gonna energize it, which I'm not gonna record, but I wanted to make sure. I wanted to divine to see what exactly was going to go into the paquete. And you can see here I've got one of those pens, and I tried to make a few seals. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So I made a seal, for the paquete, and you can see I messed up a few times here. So I made a seal and I placed it into the paquete. I'm drinking my tea. Okay, I always have to have my tea, But so yeah, I placed a seal into it. Now I'm gonna charge it. I'm gonna bless it. I didn't tell you what exactly went in this because it's very private for the person. But I do prepare paquetes or recuerdos, empaques for different things. And now I'm going to just place some more oil on it, energize it, pray over it. And I'm going to also give blow smoke and echarle ron, and tell the client how they need to take care of this recuerdo. Now I'm going to place it in, this week is the full moon, so I want to make sure that I wanted to have this done, or all these empaques done before that full moon comes out, so that, they were done for it. It smells good, actually, the oil smells good that I prepared. So this is just how I make recuerdos. Now here I have a collar or collares for a client that I'm iluminando, that I'm preparing for the client. I'm blessing the collares. You probably can't see it. They're in there somewhere. But I'm blessing, I'm charging, and I'm feeding them. These are collares espirituales, okay? They are not the collares that you receive in Santeria, or not Santeria, Ocha or Lukumi. These are the collares that you would receive, blessed for you in Espiritismo, in Maria Leonza, and traditions like that. But right now, I'm iluminándolo, I'm dándole luz, okay? I'm feeding them, prepared an elixir, which, it's blessing it. It's feeding the collares, and right now, le estoy dando luz. I'm illuminating los collares for the client. And I pray over them like I would pray the resguardo. I pray over them and I bless them for the client so that, and I bless them over the night of the full moon. But here I am just preparing collares espirituales. If you're interested in collares espirituales or resguardos for anything, just contact me down below and I can set that up for you. But here I am iluminando and bendiciendo, blessing, charging and feeding unos collares espirituales. Like the resguardo and the collares, I put a lot of effort into making them, and it takes usually around 7 days of me praying over them, charging over them, calling on the spirits to energize them. So I always tell the client or the person, just give me a week so that I can prepare it for you, because I like to, like I said, give it 7 days, 7 días, the days that the Judeo-Christian God created the earth. So I like to give it 7 days of prayer, of cleansing them, of feeding them. You see this candle right here. Usually I give it 7 candles, and like the collar, I'm sorry, not the collar, the empaque, the resguardo. I just don't throw things into it. I like to ask the spirits what they want in each resguardo. So each resguardo is different for each person. It's not, that I throw the same things into each resguardo. I like to ask the spirits through divination what items they want inside the resguardo. In my nightly travels, look what I just came across. Look at that. You guys are all probably saying this is just a mound of wood. Look at all that. That's gold right there. Just sitting there waiting to be taken. Look at that. Look at that mound of just wood chunks. Do you see this pile of woods right here? It's a mound of wood. You wouldn't believe that in here you can probably find cedar, you can probably find maple, pine. You wouldn't believe that this is gold right here. Okay, you can burn this in fire. It throws an amazing scent, an amazing aroma. And in Massachusetts, at least in Massachusetts, they just throw this stuff. I think they make mulch with this. See this right here? I gotta get a bag. I gotta get a bag because right here you can probably find cedar, you can find pine, maple, birch. Okay, this you can powder into an incense or throw it into a bonfire, and they throw amazing aromas. And look at all that. I gotta get a bag. Sadly, I didn't bring a bag with me. Right there, that's gold. You can burn this stuff and throw it on fire. You wouldn't believe. And the properties, the magical properties, a lot of times they sell these things in botanicas or in shops, in incenses. So you be shocked, you know. Look at that. Look at all that right there. Pine. I got some pine here. Trying to smell it. I'm gonna have to burn it to see what it is. Look at all that. Right there, this is like $5. And I just found a mound of it. This is probably, they're probably collecting it to make mulch. And look at that. The botanica of the olden days is in nature. Today is Palo Santo this and Palo Santo that. That's all everyone's talking about is Palo Santo. I mean, that's just like the new discovery. But around you, you'd be amazed at the spiritual, magical properties of the trees. Cedar, maple, you know what I'm saying? Pine for protection. Oak, you know, for strength. Okay, and a lot of these, you burn these up. I mean, everyone's just talking about Palo Santo. That's just like the latest craze. And around them, they'd be shocked. I mean, half of them don't even know that they have magical and spiritual trees around them everywhere that you go. You know, yeah, Palo Santo smells nice, but that's all everybody talks about is Palo Santo, and it does smell good. You know, for me, it's nothing new. You know, but I like to know the magical and spiritual properties of woods around where I live as well, because I can gather this stuff for free. Just leave a couple of coins for the spirits as payment. Look at that. I gotta come back tomorrow, bring a bag. So I know you can't see me because the lighting is bad and I'm outside and I'm just taking a little breath, a little break, because my pants are kind of falling down because I took a lot of the palitos, a lot of the wood, you know, and I left a few coins. But I just want to take a moment, you know, just to say thank you to all my followers. From the moment that I just checked, it's 9,100 followers or something like that. And you know, when I started this channel a couple years ago, I didn't expect I was even gonna have, you know, 200 followers. So, you know, I really want to take a moment and say thank you from the bottom of my heart that you take a moment out of your day, each day or whenever I post a video, to come and watch my videos. That really means a lot to me. So I just want to take a moment to say thank you very much. And I try, you know, whenever I do a video, each time that I do a video, to try to bring an informative video that people can use in an informative way, you know. So I'm really happy that you enjoy the channel and the 9,100, at this moment, the 9,100 subscribers. I'm humbled by that. Okay, so tonight is Sunday, I think it's the 13th. It is the full moon. We're entering into the beaver moon, the frost moon, and I'm kind of, I'm shocked that October flew by, and so we're saying goodbye to the hunter moon, to the harvest moon, and I'm just trying to enjoy my favorite season. which is fall. I love the smell of the earth. I love the smell of the falling leaves. It is a time for me to ground and collect and harvest and all that. So, you know, tonight is the full moon. It's a little cloudy outside, so hopefully I'll get that moon out. You know, this is just a little video for November. Every full moon, except for the winter times when it's very too cold, I don't go out. But when it's bearable, I go out into nature, and I go out a lot alone to connect with the earth. As long as, you know, make sure that you're safe. You know, I'm a 6 foot something tall, 200 something pound man. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, they think twice before they mess with me. But, you know, I do like to come out into the dark places, and especially at night. I always feel connected with nature and with my surroundings around me, especially during the night. I always advise people that when you go out at night, and I only tend to do so, well, I like to go out at night a lot, but if you do go out at night, usually I go out by the night of the full moon, usually, but I love to go out a lot. But usually there's a reason why spiritual individuals, spiritual people, brujos, we wear black, we wear dark colors. And I'm not wearing dark colors right now, I'm wearing a fall sweater. But usually we wear dark colors so that we can hide, so that we can blend into the night. I just want to tell you that if you do go out at night, make sure that you are safe, that you're in a safe environment, and that you are with people. Don't go by yourself. You know, go with people. You know, safety's in numbers, okay? So a lot of times when I go out at night, me and my godchildren, and we're gonna do brujear, let's just say brujear, we always dress up in black. We try to conceal ourselves. We try to become one with the night. You know, this has nothing to do with espiritual. This has to do more con brujear. But wear dark colors, and make sure that you're not by yourself. Safety in numbers, that's very important. You know, that's just the key, is just to make sure that you're safe. You know, make sure that you're safe. Okay, so the full moon is coming up next week, and I want to show you something that I like to do as well. Not always, but I try to do at least once a month during the night of the full moon. This is an incense, an Asian incense burner, and this is a bowl, of course. And this is where what I use a lot to burn my incense sticks. Now I place my incense sticks in one of these old. This goes to one of those old pots where you make coffee in the Caribbean. So I like to stick the stick, can't see, okay, the stick into this hole right there, and I light it, okay? And the smoke represents my prayers, my desires, my wishes going into heaven. And as the ashes fall here, it is all my wishes, my desires manifesting. So the smoke is my everything that I wish is going into heaven. You know, when I light up an incense, I'm praying, and depending if it's for the ancestors or for God or for my spirit guides. But anyways, the smoke is all my desires, my prayers in a smoke form going into the heavens, and the ashes that fall down are my wishes and my prayers manifesting. Okay, now the magic in here is what's inside of this. Okay, like I said, this is an old coffee strainer, I guess. But this is Temple Incense Ash. And I picked this up at Asian shops. I picked this, like a bag of this. It cost me like $1.50, you know. Here where I reside, there's Asian markets all over the place. And the one that I buy, it looks like this, okay. This one's made in China. White ash, 7 ounces, okay. And what this is ashes gathered from sacred temples in China. They have some from Japan, China. I think they have Korea. I'm not sure. But these are ashes gathered from sacred temples, okay? And it has a lot of prayer. It has a lot of blessings. So they gather it and they sell it. And I want to show you what it looks like inside. Inside of it looks completely white, okay? It looks completely white, while this is me after burning incense. I like to sift it a lot, but burning incense for a month. Okay, so every month what I do is, of course, I place my coffee thing in there, and I light my incenses. I place my incense there, and I light it. Some people don't use that. They just use either cones. You know, those little cones? They use cones, or you can. I don't use carbon charcoal. I don't use charcoal. I use carbon in here, but some people can. You can light a carbon, a charcoal, and you can use one of your favorite blends. You know, I use the charcoal in another incense burner, but I'm just showing you other ways that you can use it. Now, well, the whole point of this is that I do this for a whole month. This is my dreams and my prayers and my wishes all during the month. Every incense that I light, all the ashes are gathered into here. So what I like to do during the night of the full moon after a whole month is I like to sprinkle this around the house. Not inside, but I like to sprinkle it outside. Around and I'll show you, during the night of the full moon how I do it. But before I do that, I like to gather a little bit, a little bit of it, save that, okay? And when I sprinkle this, you can see all the incense sticks all of a sudden. But when I sprinkle this around the house, outside, I make a circle, around the house with this ashes. As a form of a protective barrier around my home, okay? Then I add, when this is all outside around the house as a protective barrier, I add fresh new ash, and then I mix this, whatever little bit I had, back into it, okay? This is the way I personally do it. You don't have to, but this is the way I do it. Okay. Also, I take this ash, and you see how it goes into the fingers like so. You can make symbols on your doorways. See that? See that? You can make symbols on your doorways, sacred symbols. You can take this ash. It has a lot of blessings, and you can, make symbols on your forehead, in the back of your neck, on your parts of your body. Let me show you how I would do a symbol in a doorway, just a quick symbol, so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's my doorway, and I have some ash, and I'm just gonna do any symbol. See what I'm saying? And you can do any symbol that you want, any protective symbol that you choose. Okay? You don't have to. That's just me. Think of another, I don't know. Okay, so this is just symbols that I do just for protection of the house. And you can do that with the ashes. But usually the ashes I sprinkle around the house in a clockwise, circle, just to protect the house. If you don't have a place, then of course you'd get rid of it in the garbage. But since I can personally, throw it outside, then yes, I make a circle around the house. So here's the full moon, and here's my ashes. I live in a townhouse, so I like to sprinkle protective barrier around the house, all the way around the house. And I do this in the front, and in the back of my house, so that there's a protective barrier around my house. I do this in the front and then in the back. Okay, here I am in the back of the house, of my townhouse, and by my door, I start sprinkling it around as a protective, and I like to go clockwise all the way around. There's my what do you call that? My grill. So you can see, I don't know if you can see the circle, and I go all the way around. So since I have enough, then I'm gonna go around here. Yeah, I lit my Christmas lights a little early, and I just like to go all the way around. And I'm creating a protective circle around my house with the ashes of the incense. So remember, you can pick up any, if you're interested in using white ash at any Asian market, okay? Now what I do, I already have an open bag, is I add fresh white ash. Let me make a mess. I'm gonna add fresh white ash into this. So that's nice and fresh, nice and white. And then, remember how I saved a little bit of that other ash? I pour that on top. Okay, mixing my blessings from last month, I'm bringing it into this month. This is the only reason why I'm doing that. I'm adding my last month's blessings into this month's blessings, and this is the reason why I do that. And then of course, I have my thing, and I start with my incenses all over again. Okay, you can use incense cones, or incense sticks, or incense cones. But yeah, you can pick this up at Asian markets. It costs like $1.50. White ash. It's blessed ashes from temples. Okay, so they just bring a lot of blessings into the house, and then of course you can use it all month, or you can use it longer than that if you want. It's up to you. I just do it and I change it once a month during the night of the full moon. Some people, I think they change it on the 1st and the 15th, which I'm in luck because of full moon falling around this time. But this is the way that I do it. I do it. I change it every month, and then I save a little bit of last month's ashes, and then I pour it on top of the white ash, the new white ash, to bring in more, blessings. Anyways, this is just me showing you how I use a white ash. Here it is during the day, and you can see that there's a protective layer around the house. Actually, usually I try to do it outside of the fence, but this time I did it around the inside. But you could do it around the perimeters of the house. This creates a seal of protection around the house. Anything that's negative, any bad vibrations, often will not be able to pass by that barrier. If you don't have your own house, then you can take, like I showed you, take some of the ashes and make symbols on the windowsills and in the doors. 'Cause some people don't have their own, they live in apartment buildings, so you can take that ash and make symbols of protection. You can sprinkle it around the house, sweep it outside, or you can take the ash, like I showed you, and make like a symbol on the forehead. Also, if you have an enemy, you can take some of that ash and sprinkle lightly around that enemy's house, so that all their magic or black magic or envy or evil wishes or evil intent will not come your way. If you can't find the white ash, don't worry about it. Save the ashes from your incense. Save all those ashes, especially during, the night of one full moon to the next. Take some of that ashes and mix it with blessed salt. Save it in a container or in a jar. If there are negative spirits, you can take that mixture, put it in your palm of your hand, and blow it towards the direction of where that negative entity or energy may be. And if it's like if there's like a portal in your home, you can take that ash, mix with blessed salt, white blessed salt, and make a circle around the area where it's like a portal. Let's say it's a closet. A child says, oh, there's a negative entity or an energy around there. Save your ashes, mix it with blessed salt, and make a pyramid, like a line from the closet or wherever it may be, so that the energy or the negative spirit cannot pass through that line. So you don't necessarily have to buy the white ash. Save your ashes from your incense. Remember, it's imbued with your prayers and your intentions. Okay, so save all that ashes into jars. This is my hometown here in New England, the Mill City. It's the witching hour, 12 o'clock, and I'm trying to get that moon so I can give it a little praise, a little prayer, a little song. This is my Mill City here in New England. Of course, you can't see it because it's in the middle of the night. Que bella es la luna, su rostro de plata, asoman las nubes rasgando su tul. Que velan los mares, su imagen retrata, con tintas brillantes en fondo de azul. Que grato su aroma desprenden las flores, que baña el arroyo con sordo rumor. Que dulce y tranquilo su canto de amores, extiende la selva feliz ruiseñor. Que puro los rayos en mi alma relucen, que amante los ecos anhelo escuchar. Que grande Dios mío tu amor reproducen, las aves, las flores, el mar y la luna. Que bella es la luna, que gratas las flores, que dulce es el canto de aquel ruiseñor. Que grande Dios mío es la luna y que grande Dios mío es su amor. I'm just always very appreciative when followers of my YouTube, they send me, little gifts. I don't ask for these things, but a lot of people, they do send me gifts, just as a way of saying thank you for the channel. So Jackie Harris from Fresno, California, sent me this. So just going to check it out. Any little, I'm always very thankful when people send me, little things. So I'm just going to open it and see what it is. Wow, so thank you, Jackie Harris. She sent me some incense. This is Nag Champa. Wow, this stuff smells really, really good. This is cinnamon. Oh, I'm going to light one of these up and see how this smells. This is almond. This is rosemary. Wow. And another Nag Champa. This is her card, so I'm probably just going to take a picture of it and post it. This incense smells amazing, so I'm just going to take a picture of it and send her a quick message and say thank you very much. I'm going to light one up and see how this smells. I just want to tell Jackie Harris, I haven't even lit an incense, and this stuff smells amazing. If I can get the card that it came with. Let me see if this will work better. clairvoyantjackieharris.org. I haven't even lit any of this incense, and wow, it smells pretty good. It smells amazing. This is her business card. This is the front of it, and this one I don't want to cover any of the check out her webpage. And check it out. www.clairvoyantjackieharris.org. Enlightenment, the right hand path. But I'm telling you, this stuff smells amazing. I haven't lit one. I'm going to light one up just to check how it smells. I don't know which one I'm going to smell. Actually, I'm going to try the cinnamon. I don't know. I like them all. Let me see how this smells. I don't know. I don't know which one I want to light. Let me check this almond. Actually, I'm going to go with this almond. That smells pretty good. I've never smelled almond incense in my whole life. But yeah, definitely check out her webpage. I'm going to light one up and see how this smells. I haven't even lit any of this incense, and you can smell it through the plastic. I mean, this stuff smells amazing. Thank you very much. I really appreciate I never ask for anything from anybody, but when people do send, I always, say thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Jackie Harris, this stuff smells pretty good. Jackie Harris, Reiki Master Teacher. Enlightenment, the right hand path. By appointments, there's her number. I'm going to take a picture of this so you can see. I'm going to light one and see how it smells.